And Bonds hits one high. Hits it deep. It is out of here. This is caught. Diggs. Sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable. Bryant for the win. Bang. Watch out. He's got getting away from the top speed.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another SGN video where it's all similar time, and today's video is the introduction to the Rams rebuild series I'm going to be doing for everyone on YouTube. I'm going to be putting edits of various things on YouTube as well as live streaming games on Twitch and then putting those games on YouTube as well. This franchise is for a couple things. Number one, it's going to showcase my gameplay sliders. It's going to showcase my franchise settings, and it's just going to be a lot of fun as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and if you want to make sure you don't miss anything, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. But anyways, for this series, we are going to become a new owner. We're going to be Elon Musk. He's got so much money, he doesn't know what to do with it. So he decided to buy the Los Angeles Rams, and he is, going to blow things up. So he's going to take the LA Rams, even though they've got a brand new stadium that they share with the Chargers. Elon Musk doesn't like sharing. So the first thing he wants to do is he wants to right the wrong of LA, of the Rams leaving for LA from St. Louis. And so the first thing he's going to do is he's taking the Rams back to St. Louis where they should have never left. And he is going to go and bring them back there. He's also going to bring back their old uniforms from the Greatest Show on Turf days. Not when they won their world title, but when they lost to the Patriots, and all the way through up towards the very end there. He's going to bring those uniforms back as the main home and away. So he's taking things old school and bringing the Rams back to St. Louis. Unfortunately, is unable to change the logo, which is a damn shame because the logo does not make sense when you are in St. Louis. But hey, it is what it is. The Rams are back in St. Louis. Super excited to do that. And because it is Elon Musk and we have a ton of money, we're going to go ahead and build a deluxe futuristic stadium. We have to go futuristic. It's Elon Musk. That's everything he does. Tesla and everything he does, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, he's trying to be futuristic. So we have now officially relocated back to St. Louis. We are now the St. Louis Rams. And the next thing we got to do is take a look at our roster and figure out what are some moves that we can make to try to not only get better, but set us up for success down the line. So we know that the Rams are going to have a little bit of a salary cap issue with Matthew Stafford's cap jumping by $30 million next year, and there's really no way to get out of it. He's got $74 million in penalties if we did try to do that. So we're going to have to try to come up with cap space other ways. And it's not necessarily even cap space, but potentially just draft capital. We're going to lose Cam Akers. We don't have the money to re-sign him. It is what it is. So we're going to have to find other places that we can go. Van Jefferson's probably going to become a casualty as well. And instead of losing them in free agency, we're probably going to have to just try to trade them and try to get some draft capital so we can, replenish the roster through the draft with our rookie reserve instead of trying to sign free agents. We're not going to have much of an ability. So the first casualty we're going to do right here at the beginning of the preseason is Tyler Higbee. Very good tight end. We'd love to have him on the roster, but unfortunately he's 30. He's making $9 million this year. He's going to want more money than we're able to give him. So we're just going to put him on the trade block, see what we can get for him, and see if there's any other positions that we are able to potentially save some money on for the following year. Take a little hit on the talent for the roster now, but ultimately give us something to work with down the line. And unfortunately with the Rams, outside of Cam Akers and Tyler Higbee, there just really isn't a lot of players on the roster who are making a decent amount of money that have 1 year left. A lot of the money, as you can see, is Matt Stafford, Aaron Donald, and Cooper Kupp. That's where a lot of their money's going. And none of those guys are set to expire after a year. Aaron Donald contract ends after the 2024 season, and so he's most likely going to become trade bait, if you want to call it that, going into next year, so they can get something for him, you know, when he walks, because they're not going to have the money to bring him back in 2025 when he's going to be 32, 33 years old anyway. So yeah, unfortunately for the Rams, it's going to be tough because there's not a lot of places that we can cut and create cap space without taking on penalties, but we can try to move on to some players, let our younger guys play and grow and hopefully become better than those guys were anyway. But yeah, this is a tough roster, man. You can see we have our free safety John Johnson. He's only 27 years old, but he's going to become a free agent. We're not going to have the money to bring him back most likely. So it's going to be very tough working this cap, trying to find pieces that we can implement and utilize and come up with draft capital. That's the biggest thing. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to scour the trade block. We do have some cap space this year. We might as well use it to the best of our ability, since if you don't use it, you lose it in a sense. We're definitely losing it next year with Matt Stafford going up. And there's really just not a lot available to us on the trade block when we're looking at running backs and wide receivers, which are both areas of need. We do have Cooper Kupp, but Van Jefferson's our next best, and again, he's going to be most likely a cap casualty due to the fact we don't want to let him walk and get nothing for him. We'd like to get something for him this year. So he's probably at some point going to get traded, just not today. But just looking through, and there's just not much here for wide receivers. When we get to tight ends, though, a name does stick out as we're scrolling through, looking at a potential tight end target to replace Tyler Higbee, and Isaiah Likely's on the trade block. He's 23, he's got star dev trait, and that seems like someone we want to go for. So we're going to go ahead and see what we could do to get Isaiah Likely from the Ravens to replace Higbee as a small cap hit. It'll be a future tight end for us moving forward, and they're willing to do a straight up trade for Akila Witherspoon, who we were already putting on the trade block anyway. The other options are to give him some draft picks, but again, we're in a situation where we can't afford to be really giving up draft capital. Too much draft capital anyway. We definitely don't want to be giving away third round picks. So since we're trying to dump Akila Witherspoon anyway, this seems like a perfect opportunity just to do a swap. Boom. Now we have the tight end of the future that we can build around. Another young player who's on the trade block is Isaiah Simmons. This is going to be a very interesting. He's only got 1 year left anyway, so we could trade for him, but then he's going to be a free agent anyway, and we're probably not be able to get him. So that's something we might look at later down the line. But I don't know. We were able to then trade Tyler Higbee for an extra third round pick to the Detroit Lions. Again, we're trying to stack up our picks, and we do need a quarterback of the future. We don't have him on the roster, in my opinion, but Trey Lance has our eye. Now, remember, this is its own universe. So when we started this, Trey Lance was still on the 49ers. EA hasn't updated the rosters. So for now, he's on the 49ers, and we're going to go ahead and trade for him from the 49ers, and we're offering them a right guard, a 2025 fifth round pick. They said no. Going to go ahead and add in another pick to see what they will say. And we got 2 fifth round picks and a 6th round pick plus right guard, and they said yes. So in this situation, we got hopefully our quarterback of the future, and we only had to give up late round picks, a 5th in 2025, and their future. They're not even this year, so their future down the line. So the way we're going to end this video is our draft class strengths. I had the draft wheel running, and this is what it spun for us. If you do want to see how this went in action live, that video is uploaded on the video I made for this draft wheel for you guys to have a proper way of coming up with how you should set your draft class strengths each and every season. So this is what we were given. Unfortunately, we're not going to get any help in the draft from wide receivers or running backs or tackles, but interior offensive linemen, centers, defensive ends, interior defensive line is going to be really strong. But anyway, guys, that is it for episode 1. Hope you guys enjoy, and make sure you stay tuned to episode 2. Peace.